Alright guys, welcome to another Road to 225 bench episode. The first clip is Sam's Viper Press Log PR double, which is pretty sweet. I think he's 2 weeks out from his comp, so I'm excited to travel to the comp, and I'm sure he's excited to compete. This is a video of my fives day, which I kind of call my heavy day. Truly, it's just a top set of 5 and then bodybuilding, and then my day that you've already seen is my top set of 8 and then bodybuilding day for bench. I also have another upper body day sandwiched between those where I do overhead press. I was benching 3 times a week a while ago, but believe it or not, I was getting worse results on the bench. I feel like I just kind of pinholed myself into trying to make my technique better and better and better instead of getting strong all around and kind of thinking of it as a rising tide raises all ships, right? Where all of my accessories pertaining to the bench press and my upper body need to get stronger, and then my bench press will get stronger. Instead, I was thinking about it as a powerlifter would, probably, as I need to get better at benching, so I'll hit the gas on the frequency and see if that gets me anywhere. And it got me back up to where I had been before, but I plateaued instead of getting stronger. I just got back to where I was. So to be honest, that's still a little bit counterintuitive to me, but it's working, so I'm not going to think about it too much. So this day, my goal weight was 175. This is my 5s day. Last week I had hit 170 for 5, got the green light, go up to 175. I ended up getting it for 4 today, spoiler alert, which was really awesome. So if I eat right, everything goes well, I should be good for 5 next week. If it takes me a couple more weeks, so be it. I attribute a lot of this smooth progress to a few weeks ago. Sam and I noticed that my power off the chest was kind of dwindling as the weights were getting heavier, so my pecs weren't quite ready to launch the weights that I'm at now off out of the bottom part of the press. And so we added in pin presses, which has become kind of a new meta in the sheather training universe. That has been super helpful for developing the power off the chest. And I just feel a lot more comfortable pausing and holding the bench at the bottom. I think that should be pretty evident here in this set compared to even just my video last time of my set of 8. The week we started doing the pin presses, it started feeling more comfortable for me to pause and launch my bench out of the bottom. I also wanted to mention that I have been doing them Larson without leg drive because I do have a tendency to cheat them if I have leg drive and just use my leg drive to get it off my chest instead of kind of developing that motor pattern of using my pecs to recruit the power off the chest. Plus, my back hurts when I do too much comp benching, so that's another reason that I decided to do them Larson. I ended up hitting a 3x8 at 125 here. The 35-pound plate is a little bit misleading, but this is 125. I'm hoping to get these closer to 155 for sets of 8 before I start getting to the strength level I need to be to start peaking towards that 225. I'm not going to peak to a single until after I feel like I'm more than capable of hitting the 225 bench. So I'm thinking a minimum of 185 for a set of 8 and probably 200 or 205 for my set of 5 before I start peeking these out. So I've already talked about building the pecs with the Larson pressing, the pin pressing, and the comp benching. This is also my shoulder day. I do my shoulder accessories on this day, so I've got some high incline, I've got some Powell raises, I saw Samantha Jering do them. I don't know what they're called on the cable machine, but I have a clip of them in here. I've been doing those and some lateral raises. I do shoulder accessories kind of like biceps where they do them multiple times a week just because I don't feel like I needed more than a few days to recover from doing lateral raises. So I usually do some lateral raises on this day on Monday, and then I also do them on Fridays as well. And that just leaves overhead pressing, which I do on Wednesdays. For the rest of the video, I wanted to talk about how I manage fatigue without having built-in deloads. Most of the reason I don't build them in is just because I haven't found a pattern of when I seem to need a deload. It's not like every 5 weeks I seem to get really fatigued and need a deload. It's more so if I have a stressful day or I had a day where I maybe missed out on some calories or my scale weight hasn't been going up or I slept poorly. So those are the days when I would come in and I would start warming up, for example, for this day on the bench day, and warming up on the bench, and I could feel that I was really weak, weights were feeling really heavy. What I usually do, unless it's really bad, is just kind of try to go for it. I still try to warm up to that top set, and then usually by about my last warm up, I'll be able to tell Sometimes I'll come in and be like, man, this session's gonna suck. And then I start warming up and it goes totally fine and I'm able to fully complete the session. I don't know if that's just me being a weenie sometimes, but I'll usually end up trying. And then by the time I get to my second to last warm up, I can usually tell if it's a day I need to take some weight off the bar. And if so, I'll take 10 or 15% off of that top set of either 5 or 8 and just hit a lighter set so I can still get some skill practice in. And then I'll move on to my back downs. Usually I'll try to just take some weight off of the back downs and keep the volume the same. And then when I go to do accessories, I will take volume down on the accessories. Instead of the 3 or 4 sets I'd usually do, I do either 1 or 2. I just try to keep them really hard so that I still feel like I got a good stimulus and I worked hard that day, so I don't feel like I left the gym failing the session. I just feel like I got a good workout in. I just was a little bit fatigued, so I had to auto-regulate the weight.